Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Podcast is live. This is our first ever podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, here I am. Fucking A. It's taken me a really long time to really want to do this. Y'all, I'm doing this for you. Y'all have requested for me to do this for quite some time. If you don't know me and you're just now finding out about me, my name's Jeremy. I own one of the greatest glass galleries in the state of Idaho, the greatest, until I get my second store, and then my third, my fourth, my fifth. And I really need to get my website way fucking better. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. My website is like, ooh, Jeremy, get to work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. I enjoy my free time, as should you. We've had a lot of it in 2020. Whew. Year of the apocalypse brought forward the year of fuckery. Jesus. That's something new that I'm working on. My booth thing. Miss K, my booth thing. She helped me she's helped me with some merch for 2021. I call it year of the fuckery because like everything that the people allowed to happen through 2020 is just setting the precedence for what's happening now this year. Like I see the rise of socialism in the United States, all this free money just being given to people for having kids, which like I have a couple different thoughts on it. And let me just remind you, like my thoughts are my thoughts. Okay, I'm just speaking freely. And I'm not married to my ideas, and like I have the right to change my opinion based on information that I'm given and world events that happen. I pay attention to a lot of world events. I like to read, you know what I'm saying, as should you, because reading's important. It's very important. You'll learn a lot of things, and it really opens your mind to new ideas and philosophies and principles, and can even educate you. But I'm guessing that's why you're on my podcast, because you enjoy the thoughts that run through my brain, whether we agree with them or not. But where was I? Yeah, so I think maybe like the whole reason with paying people more that have children and to have more children is to compete with the world market of citizens. You know what I'm saying? Like we got China, which has like 2-3 billion people, like an insane, absurd amount of people live in China. And China is building Africa's infrastructure. They're building roads, houses, water lines, like everything. I haven't read too much into it, but it's something that I know that China's doing. They're building in Africa, and a trade with that is Chinese citizens will get citizenship in Africa. So the folks of China, the citizens of China, the people of China, aren't restricted to just living in this ginormous fucking chunk of land, which they're already like over occupying. So China made deals to have their people live elsewhere, and it's fucking scary. China's gonna win. Like at this rate, China's gonna fucking win with all this weird bullshit and drama that the people throw into American politics. Like, in my opinion, people that say they're not into politics, if you say you're not into politics, but you have rules in your house, I think you're full of shit. Because we're all into fucking politics. That's why Trump in 2020, there was like more voters than there were American citizens, because we're all into it. You throw drama in there, everyone's into it, whether you like them or not. This isn't a pro-Trump conversation either. It's just most recent things that everyone fucking knows about because it was Donald Trump. So with that, I think it's just a thought. It's just an idea. Don't feel bad about thinking or expressing ideas, whether it's stupid as fuck or really fucking intelligent. That's what we're all bound on. We're all bound on ideas and thoughts and communicating, and it's fun to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone loves talking about hot topics or like fucking shit that don't even matter. Like that's why we all smoke bowls and take mushrooms and fucking go out and have fun and meet new people and smile. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, I think it's so that we can like really compete with the world market of population, and so we can't get overrun in like 20 years or some shit. maybe build our army. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Or just set the precedent for socialism. So we have the people that want to work and we have the people that don't want to work. And if you have kids and you're getting like $300 per child that you have on top of working a minimum wage job, I mean, it's just the economics. I'm not a major in it. So if you are, you know what I'm saying? Just bring the discussion out. Talk about it. It's pretty interesting. But aside from that, a lot of folks have asked me to do a podcast. You guys, you love listening to my Snapchats and my Instagram stories and motivation. So here I am doing my best to bring it to you live. My podcasts are going to be completely uncensored, uncut, and unedited for the most part, except for like my intro. I got to work on my intro and my exit-tro. So you guys can know what it's ending and shit. And just make it a little bit more official. You know what I'm saying? But it's the first time I've ever done anything live. Everything I do is usually like little skits on Snapchat. Go and follow, if you don't already, inhale_bliss on Snapchat. That's inhale_bliss. And same with Instagram. InhaleBliss365 for all of you guys that are watching. I love you guys so much. Thank you. But like I met a customer today who was one of my first customers when I went full-time in my apartment. For those of you that don't know, I started Inhale Bliss in my apartment. I was living in a 700 square foot apartment, and I'm a felon. I had a DUI a long time ago, so I'd lost my license because I couldn't pay my fines in Oregon, and it was a struggle bus, always a struggle bus, and I made life real fucking difficult for myself, and that's half the reason why I play video games. See this big ass monster computer for those of y'all that are watching on the YouTube and wherever with video. But if you're driving and you can't watch a video, I got a monster computer that I had NZXT build for me. It's great. It's the only computer I've ever had with no issues. I love gaming. Huge hobby. Keeps me the fuck out of trouble. I just sit in my fucking house, play video games, stream on Twitch, and just have fun. Gaming's an upbringing. I grew up, when you were a video gamer, you got beat up because you're a fucking nerd. My generation did not like nerds when I was a kid, and I felt it. But games are great. It definitely great. But I'll get on the games here a little bit later. So I met my customer. I was in my apartment going full time. I worked at HP as a contractor, and HP wouldn't promote me. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all actually probably run into this fucking issue. HP wouldn't fucking promote me because I don't fucking suck dick at work. I bust my fucking ass at work. I've always been in sales for a really long fucking time. And I always just make shit happen. I crunch, I kill it, I slay. And I'm not at work to make friends. I'm at work to work with same like-minded individuals like myself and crush. And that's what I do. Every sales job that I've ever been in, I've always been number one. Except for a few times I'm like number 2, number 3. But as far as profitability and return business, that comes back to me and the companies that I represent, tenfold. I am number 1. And the reason that is there's a lot of mechanics that go behind that. It's the way that I choose to think, and it's the way that I choose to express myself. And through the years of being treated like shit, I understand from a very young age, I understand what it means to fucking hate yourself. To hate yourself so fucking much that you just want to fucking end it because you don't see the light. You don't see anything good. And all you see is negative fucking bullshit all the fuck around you with nonstop, constant cancer being thrown in your fucking head. It's disgusting. And for any parents that are listening, the way that you speak to your child, both from a very, very, very young age up to adult, it's going to stick with them for the rest of their lives. And if you want your child to be a great fucking human being, love, appreciation, and just nonstop motivating them and encouraging them with positive reinforcement is the strongest and best thing you can ever do for your child. And it's really important. And when I had my son, that's what I would do with them all the time. is just nonstop, constant, positive reinforcement, and direct punishments. But I'll go into that shit here soon with how I personally punished my son and how it helped our bond and our relationship when I was able to have my son. But anyway, so like as a child, I understood being talked to poorly, and I don't like feeling the way that felt. So I did my best to only talk when I needed to. So I grew up as a very quiet child because I didn't like the way that my family and my peers would talk to me when I'd speak. You know what I'm saying? So I stuttered a lot when I was a kid, and stammered and shit. You know what I'm saying? So with the in sales, I was really good at grabbing people's attention just by like random facts and random thoughts, and so I was always really good at it. So at HP, I was crushing. I was number one for a super long time, and they just wanted to promote me to corporate. I was contracted through a third party agency, and it wasn't bad. You know, it was like $12 an hour, $13 an hour, but as a corporate HP sales employee here in Boise, Idaho, whew, 6 figures, baby. 6 fucking figures. That's what they make. Plus a ballin' ass healthcare plan. You get a workout at the gym in HP, like free gym membership. What the fuck? Crazy. So I was killing it. I was doing everything I could. They was throwing business calls my way. I was landing business calls. I was selling business laptops. I was selling fucking printing machines, like those big ass motherfucking printers that print out motherfucking, what's it called? I'm drawing a blank on it. Posters. You can print posters with these fucking printers. They're like $1,400 to $10,000. And I sold some heavy equipment. I was one of the first 10 employees at the HP American Sales Center, the only sales center in the U.S., which is here in Boise. I was one of the first 10 that sold their fucking 3D printer, the entire 3D printer setup. But because I wasn't sucking dick and kissing ass at work, they just never promoted me full time. And so back in 2014, my son was brewing in his mama's belly. And so I told myself, man, making $9 an hour is not going to give this kid a healthy life. So his mom and I, we both had the idea of starting like a glass shop. I've always been in the glass and like bongs and pipes and shit. And I think weed's really good for you. And I'm just fascinated by the cannabis industry because, like, have you ever met a stoner who's not innovative? Like, they can turn anything into a fucking smoking device. Goddamn pop cans. Yeah, the shit might give you Alzheimer's, but motherfucking shit, man, that's the way to get high and smoke. You know what I'm saying? We used to take knife hits when I was like fucking 13. We just get some knives and fucking put them together on the stove. You know, we get the toilet paper roll and just smoke it through that. Like, fuck. When you gotta get high, you gotta get high. Ooh. No, not like a tweaker. But you know what I'm saying? Like, stoners are fucking innovative. You look at all these bongs and dab rigs and electronic devices and shit. Elon Musk smokes weed. You know, and he's the most innovative motherfucker on the goddamn fucking planet. And he smokes weed. Like, goddamn, it must be good for you. If Elon's all about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not all about it, but we've seen him on Joe Rogan. And so it's like, what I'm saying is, you can bust your ass as much as you want, but if you're not getting recognition, boy, ladies, gentlemen, the absolute strongest negotiating skill you have is the ability to walk away. And so if you have a really comfortable job, but you know you're worth a fucking 100 times more, and you bring that up to management and ownership or whoever you work for, and they say, no, we don't think so. You can stay where you're at or go find a new job. Then fucking, if you got a hustle that you got going on and you have faith that that shit's going to take off, yeah, I suggest you doing it. You figure it out. You throw some tests out there and you see if it's going to catch. And if it catches, you throw out some more lines. You know what I'm saying? You reel that shit in until you see that $100,000 sales for the year. And you're like, woo, I just did $100,000 in sales this year. And then you tell your millionaire friend, bro, I just did $100,000 in sales. And they're like, yeah, we just did that last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, always setting the limit. So like, 'cause what I did was, I put in my 2 weeks over at HP because so I have my DUI that I've still never took care of in Oregon. This is like 6 years later in 2014. 4 years later, five. I don't know. It's been a long time. So I was setting goals to just open up full time in my shop or uh, go to jail in Oregon for like 6 months for a DUI and then come out on probation and pay fines and have to take treatment and all the other bullshit that comes with getting in trouble with the state and the cities. So HP want to promote me, so I said fuck it. I ended up quitting before my 2 weeks was up. I just walked out. The whole like when I got to work at 6:30 in the morning, and back then I had this fucking 2001 Pontiac Grand Am white, beat the fucking shit. It cost me like $700. Clean title, but it was so beat to shit by the people that owned it because like they never claimed insurance on it. They probably never had insurance on it, so they couldn't. So like this motherfucking vehicle, the front frame was bent, so like the headlights were pointing up. I couldn't even drive at night because the headlights were literally pointing up towards the stars. My windshield wipers didn't work. My fucking driver's side window wouldn't roll up. I smoked cigarettes back then, so I had it rolled down, and then it fell off the track, and like I tried taking it out, but then I broke the panel, and I couldn't fucking fix it. I'm the least manly man you'll ever meet. And like it's just like it was terrible. And here in Idaho during the winter it rains. We get all 4 seasons, so we get beautiful sun, hot scorching sun at that. We get snow, we get ice, and we get clouds. You know what I'm saying? Like we get every fucking weather here. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's actually really nice. California, stay out. And it's JK, you guys are welcome. Just don't vote the same way that y'all did that fucked your states up, god damn it. And legalize weed in Idaho. That's all we need. So like we so I was driving this vehicle, no license, no insurance, and it was barely registered in my name. So I got to work at like 6:30 in the morning at HP, and I'm just like, I'm just thinking like I hear the same dude behind me talking bullshit. And I'm just like, fuck, all the lights. You ever just get that like really negative feeling where you're just like in so much doubt and stress where the lights literally just almost turn off and you're just like, ugh. You just get that feeling behind your neck and in the back of your head and you're just like, ugh, like, ugh. You know, that anxiety? That's what I felt. Just like, fuck, man. You know what? Fuck. I'm just doing the math in my head. You know what, man? Like, I had this cupboard in my kitchen, and it was probably about this big. If you're watching me, oh, here we go. Bam! It's about my arm's length, right? So I'm 5'10", so it's about 5 feet across, 4 feet across, and like 4 feet high. And it was just stuffed with like little bongs, taller bongs, rigs, pipes, whole bunch of pipes, and bubblers. It's probably like $3,000-$4,000 like retail worth of glass. Probably cost me $1,200. I've been saving up for like 2 years through all the sales. I used to do like local deliveries and shit, but I'll get to that here later in the cast. So like I'm just doing all the math. Like fuck, what can I do in a week? All right, I'll set a goal. I'll do $3,000 this week. And then next week I'd have to do this. And if I don't do it in 2 weeks, then I'm just going to drive my ass to Oregon, go to jail, get everything put in a fucking storage somewhere, and hopefully I can pay for it. Because I had some savings for my business. I just put it all in like a little shoebox. I had like $1,500 saved up for like the last year's sales. And I thought that was good. And now I'm like, woo, we killing it. And then some days I'm like, woo, we need to do better. Because fuck. Bad. Y'all in retail, you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all in sales, you'd be like, biting your nails and shit, just fucking hoping it don't last like this. But then tomorrow hits and you're like, whoo, cha-ching. It's all ways, baby. If you're in business, you're in sales, you already know. Life is a pulse. Life is a pulse, just like our beat. If it flatlines, you dead. But if it ain't flatlining, you're gonna have a better day tomorrow. Let me tell you what. So like I just quit. I said, fuck this. I'm out. I can't do this no more. I am fucking out. So on my drive home, I quit at like 7:15. And then on my drive home, I told my manager, and like she was like really cool chick, and We all hugged, and I talked to HR, and like she was a really cool woman. Like everyone at HP was really fucking cool. It's just they didn't recognize how great of a sales guy that I am, and how fucking epic of an asset that I am. And there's only a few folks that I worked with that actually recognized that, and they did their best to coach me. But I was young and dumb, and pretty fucking dumb, so it didn't work out. But I am who I am today because of it. And there's a few folks that like I really hope hit me up after so I can just like I'm not gonna put their name out loud, but I do want to thank you in person. You know who the fuck you are. So but yeah, so on my drive home, I'm in my car and I'm just like, fuck, I just quit. And I was making like it was 12 to 14 bucks an hour. I forget because it was so long ago, but I mean, it was a lot. Like for a single dude who's like got barely part-time custody of his child, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't need a whole lot of money, but I needed more money because like I didn't have enough money to grow, to do anything, to save, because I was paying like child support and I couldn't even get food stamps. So my rent and bills and everything else was about almost all my paycheck. And so on my drive home, I'm just thinking like I got the negative voices in my head saying, you're fucked. There's no way you're going to make this. You're going to go to jail for 6 months and you're just going to lose everything. You're fucked. And then on my other side, I'm like, you build it, they shall come. And that voice is like, shut the fuck up. That's not true. And this voice is like, you build it and they shall come. And this voice is like, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. We just live in struggle. This is my life is struggle. And this voice is like, you build it and they shall come. I just kept saying that to myself. And to this day, anytime I'm in fucking doubt with my business, with like a bad turn of sales or not a lot of customers and only a few high sales that like counteracts, it's fucking weird. Life is fucking strange. I just tell myself that positive thing every fucking time I get like really scared and nervous. You build it and they shall come. Those are the words of like the beginning of Rome or some shit. Like I seen it in a movie and I read it in some books, and that's what they said. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell myself every day. I had 2 stores at one point, and be careful who the fuck you trust because they will clean you the fuck out. So I'm down to 1 store, and I hope to open up my 3rd shop here soon. But like this customer that I met earlier today, he was one of my first customers when I went full time in my apartment. And I did, my goal was like $1,500 for my first week. I started, I think it was a Sunday or a Tuesday, and I crushed it. I did $1,700 my first week in my apartment because like I had Google Maps on my cell phone over at the Karcher Mall, and so people would like drive there and call me like, hey, where you at? Like, I don't see a glass shop here. I'm like, oh, it's actually in my apartment. I just had it, you know, and like I just found ways to work the system to where like I could still get SEO and recognition, and people could leave 5 stars, and like I'd ask them to, and shit, bro, I'd be driving all the way down to fucking Meridian, Boise, Eagle to drop off a $25 pipe just to make a sale. And like, you got to do your hustle is your hustle. Your hustle's number 1. You have to love yourself before you can love others. You have to take care of your business so that you can take care of yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Your business is number 1 if you got a business, and that's your baby. And so like I did that shit. Someone wanted a $10 chillum, bam, I would drive and use $5 in gas with a chillum. You know what I'm saying? So I almost like made nothing, but I gained a customer. So this dude, he came into my shop today, and he was one of my first customers, and he was telling me like, I'm the reason that he is succeeding with his own business. And it was just, it's like every time people tell me that, it's fucking wild, because like in school I was like least likely to graduate, and I went to jail as a young child and as a teenager and shit. And when I got out, I just said like, fuck. So I just made it all work. So I ended up graduating high school with the 4.0, but like in middle school and like when I first got into high school, like I I didn't ever think I'd graduate. I didn't even think I'd like go to high school because the teachers and like the amount of negative feedback that I got from so many people, it just it sucks. And if you experience negative feedback in life, like fuck them. They don't know you. You know you. You're the shit, and you can make it happen. Look at me. I'm just your average citizen. I'm a big ass dummy, and like I own my own business. I didn't go to school. I don't have an education as far as like how to manage or run a business. I learned everything from small business owners, from seeing what they do, from managers, from being a manager, and understanding like how to work with people, and then like you just learn as you go, and that's the coolest thing is like in America you don't need a degree to be successful. Fuck, you don't even have to be born here to be successful, and that's why everyone loves America, and that's why America, like a lot of people want to live here, and it's because you can literally be anything you want here. And especially now with social media, like it's fucking wild. But you don't need Hollywood no more. You just need a camera and a motherfucking cell phone to make it big. And that's how my business started, was on social media. I would promote it all over Facebook groups and contact people, reach out, send messages, and I always reply. I do my best to reply fast. In the dating game, don't do that. Guys, women don't like that. Ladies, you know it's true. But when it comes to a business, instant replies are what people want. No one wants to wait around for 2 hours from one business when there's 20,000 of those businesses just on Instagram homepage. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can hit up anyone they want, but they chose you. And if you're a business owner, you hustling, don't fuck off a lead just because you're talking to somebody. If you decided that you want to be in today's world of business, utilizing the tool of social media, you got to be responsive, or you have to have those automated quick responses to like hold that tide over. But if you're legit busy and you just legit can't get back to them because you're working with customers or whatnot, or you're sleeping, or you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, it's understandable. Most of my community understands that. It's really cool actually really being that busy. Like it's I don't know, it's pretty fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in store, talking with customers, meeting cool people, just chopping it up, or streaming, playing some games, getting an intense fucking firefight for like 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like, just fucking hanging out. It's a lot of fun. Fucking absolutely love my job. And running a glass shop is like the coolest thing I've ever fucking done as far as working for myself. You get to make your own time. You get all the accomplishment of your failure and your success. Some piece of shit broke into my fucking store the other day, and like I had to be there at 1:50 in the morning, and it just like revamped me with the insane amount of fucking drama. And like I was so pissed off when I got there, and then it's just like, fuck, dude, this is stupid. Why am I even mad? You just choose to be mad. And like I literally chose to be mad because they broke my window and then they stole a fucking bong. Like, what the fuck? But like after really assessing everything and seeing everything and talking to the police, like it's just like it really just pisses me off that the bars down the street didn't cut the people off. And this has been a nonstop nuisance issue with like fights downtown, stabbings, potential shootings, and just fighting in general since these two bars opened up downtown Nampa. It's fucking retarded. Like they keep getting closed for 2 weeks. Their businesses get suspended for 2 fucking weeks. Like every 2 weeks, because they allow people to overdrink and they keep allowing the people back that cause problems. It's wild. But so my customer, he was one of my first customers in the shop or in my apartment, and now he's selling books, used books on eBay. And it's like, that's how Jeff Bezos started, man. Like Jeff Bezos started doing that with Amazon, and now look at Jeff. Like he's tied with fucking Elon for richest dude in the world. It's really cool. And this dude, he's like, he gets to spend all of his time with his daughter, and he's pulling in like $2,000-3,000 a month, doing this full time, working for himself, just hustling. And then he gets to build his own book collection. Like, it's so, like, he's like so stoked, and he just gave me mad props because he's seen that you can start your own business in your house and make it work. And he's seen the proof of work by shopping with me in my apartment. And then he came into my new store. We just moved shops onto the corner back in October 2020. And oh man, my glass gallery, if you haven't been there, go onto Google, type Inhale Bliss, and you'll actually be able to walk through the entire shop. We have the walkthrough option on Google, so you can like actually go into the store and look at it and check everything out on Google. Like, it's really fucking sweet. I'm super stoked that we can do this for my business. Like, having your own company and like seeing the growth and the success is like, and then hearing it from everyone else, it's a very proud thing to own. And for all of you guys that are grinding in 2020, that created your own business and started your own retail store, your own barbershop, your own anything, like your hustle that you started in 2020 just shows you can create a company during an apocalypse and fucking succeed. For those of you that lost your business in 2020, specifically because of the apocalypse, it was a choice for the people to close. In the state of Idaho, we didn't get fined. We didn't get attacked for leaving our businesses open because, for the most part, the smaller people that were responsible for fining or tattletaling on having a business open, they didn't want to close down businesses because they knew it would destroy the economy. So they didn't attack me for staying open when the order was given. I closed for one day, my booth thing. Her and I started day drinking, and then I got very bored and scared because my phone was blowing up nonstop with, I hope you make it, I hope you succeed, I'm sorry to see you close. And it was just nonstop mournful messages that ate me the fuck alive. I punish myself when I do like bad. Like, I the word faggot slipped out when I was in front of a customer, when I was speaking about the piece of shit that broke my window. And I'm not like I don't care if you're gay or straight. Like, I don't care what you identify as. Like, I never mean ill intent when I speak to people unless you're hurting somebody. You feel what I'm saying? And like, it's not a word I like to use unless I'm like playing video games and it's really intense and you get in a really crazy actional moment. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. You know, like you fucking screaming because you died on some dumb shit or it's lag or like you're just talking shit. But I grew up where like that word was, I mean, it was fucking very normal to say when I was a child. So like, and young teen and shit. So, but like that word slipped and it didn't offend him, but it's like, I felt so fucking terrible that I even said that in front of one of my patrons, and it ate me up for like 2 or 3 days. And I was talking to my manager about it, and like he was like, "Oh man, I'm just like, fuck, you know, I feel like shit." And so it's like the little things in life really set the foundation for what it is that you want to do and for what you want to be. It's the habits, the way you speak, how you think, and there's a lot of where was I going? So the dude, he built his own company and he thanked me for it. He said he couldn't have done it without me, which is great, but the fact that he did it, like, is fucking incredible. And all of you that built your business in 2020 is fucking incredible. And for those of you that couldn't stay open, it's, as a community, staying open and saying, no, we're not going to close. That's a movement. And that's what we chose to do here in Idaho, which is why Idaho, for the most part, with the smaller businesses, didn't close down. And there's even barbers and hairstylists that they weren't allowed to cut hair in their facility. So they they drove out to people's homes to cut hair and to do nails. Like, that's what they did. So when the government says, no, you can't do this, it's just going to create a fucking black market to where the state is no longer going to get tax revenue from it, and the person is now going to get paid. So it's like, it's a double loss. You see what I'm saying? Like, the person's getting paid and they're afraid now, and then the state's not getting paid, so they're going to put their fucking fist down and say, you're not paying us, so now we're going to fine you. Like, how's that helping? Like, the state of Idaho, our Senator Grow, Mr. Senator, if you're listening to this, I hope you actually hear what it is that I have to say to you. Senator Grow proposed a constitutional amendment to forever ban marijuana along with every psychoactive drug that is not currently legal as of 2020 from ever becoming legal in the state of Idaho. It's the most backwards thinking proposal that you can ever have. It's like having this idea that you think is so fucking epic, and then when you actually say it out loud, you're like, wow, no, that's a bunch of dog shit. That won't even work. Like, putting a horse on top of a car just to pull your hay. Like, you think about it and you're like, yeah, man, that's a great idea. And then you tell someone about it and they're just like, are you fucking high? Like, how the fuck does that even make sense? Like, okay, recreational pot, okay. I'm not for recreational pot. Here's why. It degenerates the actual the strains, right? So over time, the natural strain, the pure synthetic is going to be washed out, and then we're just going to have a bunch of synthetic crap that's all mixed together, and there's a lot of shit that goes into it. You got the Fortune 500 companies that are going to get up in on it, big tobacco, pharma, they're all going to get on it, and then it becomes stomping on the little guy, bring on the big guy, different regulations and all this other crap. And I mean, it's just going to hurt the purity, and it's going to make it more readily available to everyone, which is going to increase the demand, which is going to make people want to grow it faster. And if you look at our food supply, like, there's less naturally grown and there's more synthetic shit, like fucking crap that gets pumped into these fucking animals, and the way that they're farmed to produce more, to feed more people, but it's not as good. That's why there's shit quality food, and that's why there's high quality food. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if that doesn't make sense, or if I'm wrong about something, I'm not super educated on all this stuff. It's just things that I've picked up over the years and discussed with growers and farmers and dispo owners and other really smart people that know a lot more about this stuff than I do. And it's just, as a whole, when it comes to the cannabis community, I think medicinal marijuana is way fucking better, because yeah, you're gonna have to pay like every year to renew your medical marijuana license, but there's gonna be less people buying it. There's still gonna be a fuck ton of people buying it, but there's gonna be less people buying it, which is gonna be easier for the farmers if you have so much land. And it's gonna be overall, I think it makes more sense because you're gonna have less stores in each area. If like the state was to put it on like how they already have it with the laws. I'm sorry, I'm not super educated on the laws. I really need to read a lot more about them. But the state of Idaho is not legal. And in the city of Ontario, there's like 7 dispos. And now dispos are like opening up another dispo across the street from each other to like where it's going to be fucking everywhere. And it's super fucking silly. There's like $92 million that gets spent in the state of Oregon just in Ontario alone. And it all comes from Idaho. And so, like, if our senator, you're going to ban marijuana, even medical marijuana. Medical marijuana is where it's at, because little kiddos have seizures. It helps a lot with stress, helps with anxiety, helps with Crohn's disease. It helps with gout. It helps with pain. It helps with sleeping. I don't like taking melatonin. I don't. Melatonin sucks. I wake up groggy as shit. I smoke a fat bowl of indica. Woo! I'm out. I can quit focusing on all the shit that I have in front of me, so I can just knock the fuck out at night. Oh, and I wake up all refreshed. And then smoke a little bowl with your coffee, take a shit, jump in a shower. Woo! That shit feels good. You just got a hot shower hitting you. You know, the only time I can take a cold shower, I was talking to someone about this, cold showers wake you the fuck up. I have to smoke, like, taking a dab doesn't work. Something about flour. Like, I smoke a small bowl of flour, and, like, I can take a semi-cold shower for, like, 20 seconds before I have to crank the heat up. But, like, it's fucking refreshing. It's nice. I love taking showers high. Like, you smoke a bowl or take a dab and you go take a shower. It feels fucking good. It feels really good. Man, if you haven't done that yet, it's nice. It feels good. So, like, the senator is going to ban weed forever in the state of Idaho. But then we're going to be driving across the border to Ontario. Y'all know we take the weed back to Idaho. So now you have a big black market of dispensary weed being sold in Idaho, on top of people growing weed in Idaho who also sell their weed in Idaho. So you're just going to incriminate us for buying weed in Ontario, which is considered the Idaho market, and bring it back, and we're going to be incriminated for driving 45 hour and a half out of our way to buy weed that's legal across the border in our home state. So you're going to make a little bit of money off of fining us, and then our jail system's probably going to get crowded from that unless you don't arrest us. But if we don't pay our fines, then we can get arrested. And then you're going to take up the judge's time for such petty little stupid shit that really, in the big scheme of things, marijuana isn't punching out windows. Marijuana isn't causing people to stab each other. Marijuana doesn't cause people to shoot you. Marijuana doesn't even cause overdoses. And marijuana, for the most part, doesn't get people angry naturally. I think the only negative thing about pot is schizophrenia or some shit like that. It makes schizophrenia, correct me if I'm wrong, schizophrenia like comes out sooner from smoking weed. So if anything, you kind of get like warning signs from pot, like, hey, this guy's schizo, let's go take care of that. And then they go get taken care of, right? And then they just can't smoke pot. Or someone might really be allergic to it. I mean, that's like the two worst things about pot, right? Other than your empty fridge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? You're going to eat the whole bag of Oreos, huh? Oh, yeah. So, like, with that, you're going to be taking up all these judges where already right now for, like, family law. So if you're fighting for custody, just fighting to have custody, like 50-50, yeah, right. Dream the fuck on, dog. That's never going to fucking happen. That's how it works. You get like 30% custody. So like all those judges, all their time is occupied with petty, stupid bullshit. And then with real things like someone that murdered somebody, someone that got a DUI, someone that's abusing their child, someone that's fighting for custody, someone that's robbing stores. Those are the big things that need to get taken care of. Legalizing pot would do so many good things for our community, like paying our teachers more, giving them like a $3 raise. I don't know how many teachers we got. I don't even know what Idaho's budget is, but the smart people in charge, they do. They know all of that. We can even just with like the first year of tax sales on marijuana in the state of Idaho, the first year. So let's say it's 2023, right? Let's say marijuana becomes legal in Idaho, 2023. That first year of sales, Ontario did $92 million in sales, 2020. Legalized in Idaho with dispensaries in every city. I'm 100% sure we would do 4 times that amount. So we'd probably do $400 million in sales. First year, 2023. That tax revenue could go to revamping every school in the state of Idaho to make them a state-of-the-art learning facility. Like, that should be our fucking number one, especially if people are going to start getting paid to have kids, literally $300 a month to have kids. If we have the same dumb, stupid, retarded version of education, then you multiply our population with the overstimulation of cell phones and technology. Our next 3 generations are going to be dumber than us. That's a fucking problem. Because if our next 3 generations are dumber than us, America's done. That means there is no more America. That means Idaho is no longer Idaho. The 50 states that we have, we're gone. We're going to be wiped out. And all these states are going to be named something else. It's going to be like the new Republic of fucking China or Korea. New North Korea. North Korea. Northwest Korea. Because we're like the Western civilization. You know what I'm saying? But that's a real big issue because you got greedy motherfuckers out there. Some stupid, scandalous pieces of shit. And you know who the fuck you are. These people have like 9 children. And they'll put most of their children on Social Security, claiming they're like quote unquote retarded, or some kind of disability, just so that they can get that extra income from their child. Okay, so there's that, which is a huge fucking fraud. Like there's a lot of people that do that, and I've met those people when I lived up in Washington and Oregon, and I haven't met people like that here in Idaho. I don't know anyone that's done that, but so like. There's people like that in the world. It may be a very small percentage of people, but like fraud's everywhere. And that's like the scariest thing is people that take advantage of the system and fuck it for a lot of people. And so there's that. That's a huge issue. So then like now you're going to be paying people to have kids. And so people are going to be having kids sooner than later when they're not ready. Them not being ready is going to put a lot of stress because they didn't really think about it. They just hear the idea like, so we can have 5 kids, get $3,000 a year for each kid. That'll make us $15,000 a year, plus our jobs. But they don't know the food, the cost, the medical, the fucking time, the headache, the fact that women and men are fucking crazy and batshit, and most of us aren't taught how relationships actually work because schools don't teach it. Most parents are so awkward about that kind of conversation that they don't do it. Most parents don't lead by example because their relationship fucking sucks. So like they already hate each other and they're just making it work for the kids. So like most people don't even have a foundation of what a healthy relationship fucking even looks like. Because then you got fucking television where like you got these soap operas where everything's all played out and it's all scripted great and everyone's just like, oh, perfect camera angles. Oh my God, Jenny did what? Oh, it's Jen. Oh, hi, Jen. Oh, Scott, you need to stop doing that. I hate when you cheat on me. And it's like all this stupid bullshit on television that just like makes people really, really misunderstand what the fuck is reality. Is reality on the television? Is reality on TikTok? Is it on Instagram? Is reality Snapchat? Is reality my text message? Oh, my girlfriend just said, hi, babe. Oh, why is your fucking attitude so bad? You usually say, oh, good morning, sweetheart, with a peach and a fucking tongue with a winky face. I want to suck your dick. Like, and then based on how someone's fucking feeling, they're gonna look at it like negative or positive when it comes to a text because there's no face, there's no body, there's no tone, there's just words and your brain depicting how you think their attitude is, which is really your fucking attitude based on how you think on what they said. That's personally why every time I'm not, most of the time when I message people, a lot of the time it's going to be with like a face, like a video. I love sending videos because you can fucking see me and it's great. I tried doing this shit back when I had the Razor flip phone. No, sir. That shit did not work. Not at all. But now, woo, all about it. All about it, baby. That's why I love Snapchat. Snapchat's like the realest shit because the conversation is gone. The story, gone. Nothing is left there. Nothing's like, you can't go back unless you want to repost it from like your memories. It's just gone. Just like a conversation you have with your boo thing or your best friend or your employee or your coworker or your boss or what the fuck ever. It's gone. All you have is a memory. That's it. That's why I love Snapchat, and that's why I love Instagram stories. That is why most of my time gets dedicated to my followers that watch the stories, because it's like the most real social media that you can get. It's not stuck there in time for you to go back and revisit and revisit and revisit. It's an intimate conversation or a funny skit that's left inside your memory. And it's like it's the truest form, in my opinion. So like if we're really if anyone's listening to this and you have a say at the tables of Washington, D.C., if there's anything that we can fucking do, bringing family values back to America is goddamn the most important fucking thing we can ever do. Because it's our families that are going to raise our children, and it's our children that's going to raise our grandchildren. And it's our grandchildren that are going to dramatically alter our futures. They're the ones that are going to say, this needs to happen, and it's going to change a direction. It's going to steer the ship. If everyone starts getting paid to have children, everyone's going to have more children. And if we have the same lack of education or care of education, then this country is going to fail. And I don't see a very positive future for this country if everyone only fucking cares about money. I personally don't make a lot of money. I make enough money to be financially free. That's the most important thing, is financial freedom. With financial freedom, you pretty much have no debt, or you have enough money to where like you're not going in debt. You have enough money to put money aside, so if you get a flat tire, you're like, whew, damn it, yeah, boss, I'm gonna be late. You know, like all you have to do is say, I got a flat, I'm fucking late. Instead, like, fuck, I don't have the money to fix this fucking flat. I'm already driving on bald. My brakes are fucked. My blinker doesn't even work. I don't have the money to even fucking fix my goddamn fucking blinker, let alone buy a new tire. Like, that situation sucks. That was my situation for most of my life. And it's a really, really shitty place to be. And that's why I'm doing this podcast, is so hopefully I can reach anyone that's struggling with happiness. Like, you just can't be happy. You're just struggling in pain, and you're literally not making enough money to even get by. Like, there's a time I lived in Washington, and I was working for with my best friend, and I was working for a T-Mobile kiosk, and I was killing it, but I didn't manage my money good. And we got into this really expensive house that was way too expensive, and it took most of our money, but it was nice to live in. Fuck nice shit if you can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is not worth it. In the end, it's not. If you can't afford it, you can't. And that's why I carry cheap shit in my store. Is I got nice shit. We got one case for really nice. You can't afford this, don't buy it. Some people walk by it like, yeah, woo, I'll just go over there. And then we got really nice, cheap shit that you can afford. And it functions. And it's not going to break when you fucking look at it. Like, oh, great, I set it down and now it fucking broke. Oh, yeah, fuck them. Nope, our shit is great. It's really, really nice quality stuff, whether it's Chinese or American. We do our best to carry the premium of the crop, and we don't like liars. So, like, there's some companies out there, like, they say they're American made, but they're really made in China. They're really made in China, and that's why you won't see some of that glass in my shop, is we don't support liars. You know what I'm saying? We like transparency, we like honesty, and that's what In Hell Bliss is about. And that's why people love us, I think, is because we're fucking honest, and we do our best to steer you in the right direction. We don't just like tell you shit to get all the money out of your pockets. We actually like educate you and steer you, like, well, this is going to go best with this will go best with that. Here's your budget, so these will go best together. And we help you build a package. And it's really cool. It's fun, and it's different. There's not an experience like our store in a lot of states. And that's why I always urge people, if you want to open a glass shop, like, hit me up for franchise, because we we will steer you in the right direction towards success, and it's fucking affordable. It is so fucking affordable. Like, I'm not going to charge you up the ass for a franchise fee because I mean, it'd be cool, like 300K. Give me 300K per store you want to open up. Like, woo, I'd be balling. But I don't really care about money like that. I literally make enough money to be financially free. And I mean, if you want to pay, like, it's a small fee because, like, I busted my fucking ass to make my company successful. And I'm going to give you all the knowledge and catalog of everything that I got, and we're gonna share vendors and like super success. It worked great. But aside from that, I'm just ranting off a little bit with the with anyone that if you came across this podcast and you're in pain, you're hurting, you don't have enough money to make it. Like I was saying, I lived up in Washington with my best friend while working at a T-Mobile kiosk. We had like no fucking money. We drank, we smoked, gas, and that was about it. That's about all the monies we had left after rent and partying and like all that other shit. Our priorities were different. So we made too much. You don't need to make that much money. You just need to make barely enough money to not qualify for food stamps. Like the people that actually need food stamps, like parents, that literally make enough money to pay their bills and barely enough money to even fucking eat decent, those folks need food stamps. Young adults that drink too much or smoke cigarettes, if you have enough money to buy cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? It's an addiction, and nicotine is one hell of a fucking drug. I'm an addict for nicotine, that's for damn sure. That's too bad too. It's so bad. But I used to prioritize nicotine over everything. I would always have enough money for a pack of cigarettes. Always have enough money for a pack of smokes. And if that's you, and you complain about not having money, you better fix that. That's why I quit buying coffee. I used to buy coffee at Dutch Bros every fucking day. One, I love their business. Dutch Bros is the shit. Bro, you built your business model so amazing. Like, I'm fucking proud of you. Goofy ass, big thick glasses, like, bro. But this recent change you did to Dutch Bros, most of your employees don't fucking like it. So whatever you did really irked them. I think it's stupid. Your first business model was gangster as fuck. But either way, like, largest drive-through franchise, you're incredible. You did a huge thing. You blew Starbucks out of the fucking water. I used to drink every day. I like don't even drink anymore. I'm like so past that shit. Drinking every day. I calculated all the money between cigarettes and drinking. It's a lot. I don't have that number in front of me, but it really made me think. And it took me about 1.5 years to finally stop. Like, I literally don't need alcohol. Like, I don't mind drinking. It's cool. But it's so stupid. I'd rather smoke a bowl. It's way more fun to smoke a bowl and go bowling than it is to go to a bar drunk. It's fun. It's competitive, and you don't have to worry about like your wallet getting stolen or losing your phone or being so intoxicated that like, do I get an Uber? Do I drive? Do I risk it? And then you start like really getting in those feelers, because no bar takes your fucking keys away. You know what I'm saying? And then we're all adults, and you know, the government, they can say you can close your fucking business because there's a virus going around that has a super low percentage of a kill rate and it's really infectious. But you can go to a bar off the apocalypse, right? Before, after, even now. You can still go to a bar and drink, and they're not going to take your keys. And we know you're probably going to drive home because not everyone's going to leave their car. And people have a choice, a freedom of thought. But it's like, if that's the choice that our government says, if you go to a bar, you don't have to leave your keys there. You do, if you make the choice to drive home drunk, and if you get pulled over, then you face the consequences because you knew. But you can't legalize pot in the fucking state of Idaho and give us the choice to choose an alternative medicine that's way fucking healthier than pharmaceuticals, that's guaranteed 100 fucking percent proven to work to treat very specific ailments. I think like 100 different ailments. I don't know. Y'all smart people watching this shit, you got Google right now. I ain't got no Jamie. I ain't got no person to fucking pull this shit up and help me with the answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can ask Siri, but then that shit'll just take too long. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it. No, you do it. You look at all the ailments that marijuana has proven to cure. Cancer, helps with diabetes, definitely helps your thoughts. It helps your brain out. That's for damn sure. You smoke that fat bowl and you get all that anxiety. That's one of two things. That anxiety is you are dehydrated like a motherfucker and you need to drink more water. Number two, you are going in some fucking closets that you did not want to visit. So you are freaking yourself out by revisiting that shit. That's healthy as fuck. You revisit them thoughts and you get over that shit so you can get over yourself, so you can love yourself better, so you can accurately love other people better. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. If you can't look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, sex son bitch, you can't say that to anyone else. You can't. And you can't mean it. Loving yourself is the most goddamn important thing. If you don't love yourself, you got some serious smoking and soul searching to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know, don't mess around. Go love yourself. So if you're hurting, you're struggling financially, I hope this podcast can help you. I hope I've been reached out and contacted by hundreds of folks over the last year or so that thank me for my stories on Snapchat, for talking to them one-on-one, sending them video messages, like being a real fucking human. And I just hope that you can go back and listen to these videos and take something from it that's going to help you move forward in the right direction. As long as what you're doing is positive for you and your community and your family, not even your family, but like you and your community. And I'm having a tech issue with my camera. Just give me one quick moment. Just one moment, you guys. Looks like my camera wanted to overheat. Sony a7S III overheated an hour into the podcast. Popping out the battery. It just froze. This is a state-of-the-art camera too. Sony, we got some things to discuss. I was told this camera will not overheat while recording in motherfucking 1080p at 420 8-bit. 30 frames per second, and you overheated. What are we gonna do with you, Sony? Tell you what, battery's only at 49%, so I got halfway through the battery. We're gonna hit up Sony about this and see what the fuck's going on. It is a great camera, though. Where we at? Can you see me? Hello? Alright, we still recording. I hope that didn't fuck everything up. If it did, I'm gonna be upset. We're gonna send this to Sony though. I'm gonna see what's up. But it's all about how you approach things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta be positive, have a positive outlook. When you go into an interview, you don't ever wanna be like, yo, that person I worked with was a scumbag. You know why? Because if you're talking with the fucking owner, you're talking with the fucking manager that knows what the fuck his job is. His job is number one. Ask yourself right now and answer the question, what is the number one job of a manager and an owner? If you don't already know, the number one job of a manager and an owner is to treat that business with number one priority of safety and control. You need to control that business to where you know it's taken care of and it's not going to get robbed or cleaned out. Money ain't going to get stolen. Money's that's supposed to be getting deposited, so you're not out $20,000 to $30,000 of liquid cash because your business moves so much money that people can just siphon and steal all of your cash. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want scumbags like that working for you. You don't want people working for you that are really easy to piss off and really emotional, where they don't control their emotions and they just say, fuck those people. While working for you, fuck those people. They don't take care of me. They suck. They You don't want people to work for you that have a negative outlook on life, because if you accidentally rub someone the wrong way, they can like snap. You know what I'm saying? They can be cool in front of your face, but that snake will bite you in the fucking ass. I had this dude that I knew for like 12 years, 10 years, long ass time. I paid him 6 racks up front to build my website, inhalebliss.com. This guy fucking ripped me off while I was paying him like, I think $3,000-$4,000 a month to manage my store. This motherfucker ended up being one of the most racist pieces of shit I ever fucking hired. Talking shit about Latinos. If anyone's brown, if they are brown but not Puerto Rican, he hates them. Hates them. Just a racist piece of shit. This motherfucker took my $6,000 and he bought a fucking diamond ring for his fiance, and he went out and bought the brand newest fucking MacBook, and then had issues with the MacBook because he bought it used on the internet, and that gave him issues with fucking building my website. And this piece of shit didn't even build my fucking website. Not only did he not build my website, this motherfucker stole my .com. Like $6,000 on top of stealing my .com, which cost me $5,000. Like, so I'm out $11,000 because of one piece of shit and my ignorant ass believing in somebody when they say, I love you and I always got your back. You got to watch out for that shit. If you're easily manipulated by the I love yous and I always got your back no matter what, 100, we fucking brothers. Don't. That's lies. Some of the closest people to you will always be your worst enemy. Not always, but sometimes. And in my experience, I've seen some of the worst in the world. I've experienced some of the worst things you can ever experience, and I still stay positive. I'm not saying this to gloat. I'm not saying this to help you from ever not trusting anybody. You always have to trust somebody. If you go through life not trusting anybody, you're going to live the loneliest life in the fucking world, and it's going to be really difficult to maintain happiness. You got to find people that are like-minded, that you can build teamwork with, that you can run with, that you can stack knowledge on, that you can run ideas with. Like, it's so important. Our DNA, it goes all the way down to our DNA, the helix. We're all carbon creatures. The way we work, and as proven in studies with mice, the way you live, the thoughts you think, the actions you take, even to the way you speak, will get passed down to your children and their children and their children and their children. Habits are not just built, but they're stacked upon. So if you're the kind of, with me personally, when I was told this back in my early 20s, and then I did a lot of reading on it, I remember telling my moms about it. My mom's called me a fucking idiot. Doesn't matter. It's just food. None of that shit matters. If the cow eats another cow, it doesn't matter. But like, they get mad cow's disease, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of does matter, right? What you eat, you're eating what that thing is. And if that thing is a negative, sad, confused chicken that never had a real life as a chicken, but it just grew up stacked in with chickens, stacked in cages, never going out and running around, it's got nonstop cortisol or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't know the biology of chickens. So like, but you know what I'm saying? It's not even a chicken. It can't identify as a chicken anymore. It can't. And now, oh, dude, that's it. What if all this misidentification bullshit is because too many people are eating farmed food? So what if they're just like, well, I have a penis, but I don't identify as a penis. I identify as like a girl that's also a guy that knows it can never have babies, but I'm gonna have all the sex change and shit, and now I'm not even a girl guy. I just want to identify as that. Do you have to call me that? And it's because it ate too much foreign food that never seen the fucking light of day before, and that's all it ate. That's all that ate. That's all that ate. So now it identifies as that because it only ate chicken that never seen light and never met another grown-up chicken until it was grown up, stuck in this fucking cage laying eggs. And that's why there's like identification problems, is because our farm food can't even identify with its fucking self of what it is. What if, think on that. Smoke a bowl of that. Bam! Woo! Feel like we just discovered something together. It's a really special moment. Just want to thank you guys for helping me with this. Honestly, this is some weird shit that I think about, and this is why I'm stoked to do this podcast with you guys, because like I don't even know. Like I don't even care if I get like 5 views. Like great, whatever. Like if I make no money, if no one sees this, if people make fun of me, great. I would rather help y'all open your minds, open my mind, and just fucking have fun with some weird ass conversations. And by the way, this podcast right now is only me. I just wanted to get my big toe wet in the big wide wet world of podcasting. I just learned how to podcast last night. Like I ran into some serious fucking issues, like serious issues. And now my camera is still goofing up, so I got to figure that shit out. But it's fun though. You just got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Jump in, get it going. Just do your thing. Scared little bitch. So don't be a scared little bitch. What the fuck? So like it's we got it. Like with me is what I was getting at is I like to eat good food. And when I say good food, I mean like I had to stop eating Oreos. I was getting so fat, and I love Oreos. That's like my kryptonite for sure. You give me a bag of Oreos, that bitch gonna be gone. Like that whole box of Oreos gonna be gone. I need like a gallon of milk and some Oreos so I can just dip that shit. Just eat that soft crunch. And then the other half is crunchy, so you just put it on your mouth and you just it's like a fucking orgasm. It's like Chuck Norris just fucking punching you right in the face. Amazing. Great. And like, so like when I stopped buying Oreos, I knew I was serious, because I literally I love Oreos. If I was fucking weird, I'd probably marry a box of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's fucking retarded. People that like, why is that a law? Why can you do that? This country's fucked. You know what I'm saying though? It's weird. So like, eating right foods makes you feel so fucking different. I've personally never had like wild game before. I've had like really bad elk jerky, but aside from that, I've never had like wild game, you know? And like, but I do, when I buy beef, I only buy Wagyu beef from Albertsons. And like, this isn't a plug. I'm not getting paid by Albertsons for this, but like, oh my God. If you've never had Wagyu beef before, their tri-tip steaks are really fucking cheap. It's like $22 a pound, and they cut them in like quarter to half pounds. Like they're small strips. Woo! But you will not have a better steak when you go to Costco and you buy them fucking all that meat for super cheap, and then you cook it up and you taste it, and it doesn't taste like anything except for the spices you put on it. That's just shit quality. When you go to Albertsons and you buy that tri-tip Wagyu, Snake River Wagyu steak, or you go to my boy's fucking store, I'll get the name, and I'll put it in the link. It's so good. The Way Good beef, woo! It's like a crossbreed of this local dude here in Idaho. It's his local cows crossbred with a Snake River Wagyu cow. Oh my fucking God, that's even better than the Snake River Wagyu. It's so much. Oh, the fat. Woo! You don't want to cut the fat, because the fat has so much fucking flavor in it. And then when I just salt and pepper the shit. That's it. And it's so juicy and you don't want to stop chewing. You just keep chewing because every chew, my mouth is getting so wet right now. Oh, calm down. So like you just keep chewing and all you get is just fucking flavor. It's like, ugh, every fucking chew. And whew, it's amazing. I can't wait to share that shit with y'all. You know who the fuck you are. Yeah, some of you don't, but some of you do. But like, so like the foods that you eat are so fucking important. It's definitely gonna make you feel different. It's gonna give you different types of energy, and it's gonna make you think different because your stomach produces, what is it, serotonin, and the serotonin goes up to your brain and starts producing dopamines, and then those dopamines make you fucking happy. When you're fucking happy, what do? Woo! You feel good. That's what you do. You start feeling great, and when you feel great, you want to share that by smiling. And the more you smile, other people are going to smile. When other people smile, what happens? Woo! We all get along, bitch. Till that fucking Karen comes by and she fucking ruins it. Damn Karen. You feel what I'm saying though? It takes is a delicious meal that you break with somebody to really help them open their eyes. And it just, people can have a bad day, man. You never know who's having a really bad day. And I know there's that shooting that happened. I don't know what state. My manager, he showed me the fucking video. The dude, I'll see if I can find the fucking link. And I don't even want to put the link up, bro. It's fucking disgusting. It hurt my soul to fucking watch that shit. He shoots a guy. No, they're yelling, they're screaming, they're fucking plowing, they're taking the snow off their fucking driveway. Neighbor across the street's fucking yelling. They're yelling at each other, calling each other stupid fucking names. The asshole across the street walks up with his pistol and shoots the guy, and then shoots his wife, and then shoots his wife in the face, goes back after running out of bullets. Neighbors come out, stupidly asking, "Are you okay? You just heard 17 gunshots laying on the ground. Are you know what I'm like, you know, if you ever hear gunshots in your fucking neighborhood, make sure to bring your fucking firearm with you and stay next to the victims so you can kill the piece of shit that comes back out with an AR. This guy came back out with an AR, shot the wife in the face, then insults her, goes to the garage and shoots the husband in the face, and then goes back to his house and blows his fucking brains out. Like, what the fuck? If everyone in that community was armed and they knew a situation, how to handle situations like that, that piece of shit would have been shot dead before he could come back across the street with the fucking fully loaded AR, because the neighbors would have been armed and educated on how to take down a piece of shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Controlling someone's gun rights is fucking retarded. If you're going to take away someone's gun rights, you're disarming America. And we earned our gun rights by revolting against Europe or UK or fucking A. You know what the fuck I say. You know what I mean. I sound like an idiot right now, but this is completely uncensored, unedited chit-chat bullshit with just your average citizen. And if I'm just your average fucking citizen, there's a lot of us like me. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, instead of disarming America, teaching us how to use our guns and not incarcerating people for like nonviolent crimes, you know what I'm saying? Like smoking pot and taking their fucking gun rights away for smoking pot is weird. Super weird. Why not do that for people that drink alcohol? Drinking alcohol intoxicates you a hell of a lot more than marijuana does. It's also going to hurt your fucking liver, kill your brain, and make you shoot somebody on fucking accident. Whereas being stoned, you're like, whoop, no, I'm a little high. I don't really want to go shoot guns right now. Let's go eat something. And then, and then we'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, alcohol is fucking retarded. That shit totally ruins your depth perception. It ruins your reaction time. Smoking pot, I can attest, if I get too high, yeah, it fucks, yeah. Oh yeah, I'll get dizzy. That means I need to drink a lot of water. And I need to either take a nap, sit down, stretch, work out. Like, I need to do something because I'm getting anxiety. It's not even a dizzy. It's like an anxiety. I remember when I first started smoking weed, this banging hot chick, she gave me this blunt, and I smoked it. I smoked that blunt. Like, I was like, hell yeah, girl, I want to smoke that blunt. Let me impress you. Ooh, yeah, that's some good weed. And I felt it. Boom. Like a fucking bomb went off. I'm like, fuck. I am so fucked right now. And then, like, she's talking. And after 10 minutes, I'm just like, everything's dizzy. I was so fucking high. Like, I never wanted to be that high again. And that's why I'm a pussy. I only take, like, pussy dabs and, like, little bong rips. Because, like, I like the after effects of weed. Like the come down of marijuana or the hangover or whatever. Like, I don't really enjoy being high. I enjoy coming down off the high. It's like a totally different, it's a great feeling. Like, some people are like, are you fucking weird? Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck likes coming off of weed? Me? I don't know. I guess I'm a fucking weirdo, you know? Fuck. Oh, you know, don't knock me for my thing. And like, it's just, it feels relaxing. I'm able to think. And it vibes good, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I'm feeling extra spicy with my boo thing, and I know I don't have to take phone calls, and I know I don't have to leave, and I'll take a really fat rip or like a super fat dab, and then like I'll have anxiety for like 30 or 40 minutes because I'll start overthinking shit. Like, fuck, you know, what if? Oh, I'll have to do that on one podcast and just get super stoned, and like, so like we can really talk about that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? If you want that. Like, leave a comment if you made it this far into the podcast and you're actually listening and shit. Just like it, you know what I'm saying? It's on the YouTube channel as well if you're listening on YouTube. And share. I mean, whatever. Just leave a comment like, yeah, dude, I want to see that. Then, you know, I'll do it. But if you don't, then I mean, I'll whatever. But what the fuck was I saying? Oh, I wish I had a commercial I could pop in right now. So I can like go for 30 seconds and really pound some water. It's like Scratchy talking this long at one time. I don't know how fucking people do that shit. But as what I was saying is like, so like sometimes I'll just like get really fucking high and I get so in my head, I got all that anxiety and then it just goes away and then I feel really good and then I can play video games and like I still kick ass. Smoking flower versus like taking dabs. When I smoke flower, I play way better at video games than I do taking dabs. It's weird. It's very strange. Any of you guys have that? It's super weird. But as far as the gun rights go, I hope one of my friends, they sent me this this screenshot of our Second Amendment rights and nonviolent charges, like drug charges. So I'm a felon for weed in Oregon, which is now completely legal, everything, and I still can't own a firearm, even though I got it reduced from a felony to a misdemeanor, which technically I'm not a felon anymore, but according to the United States and the FBI, I am a felon or was a felon, which means I can never own a firearm until the governor pardons me, and then even after the governor pardons me, I still may or may not be able to own a firearm, even though I reside in the state of Idaho, which it's so weird. Like, there's so much shit and things need to get deregulated, in my opinion. So again, like, I know I go off and on different topics, but this is just how my brain thinks, baby. This is what I do. I'm constantly bouncing with one idea to another. I just wish I was like Elon Musk, you know, like where I can like harness that power and like, like fucking the force, just shoot it in every direction, like crazy good. Elon Musk you're an Iron Man, bro. Keep killing it, big dog. Modern day Tony Stark. So like, with the fuck the gun rights. I'll read more about it, but like, deregulate versus overregulate. Deregulation is really what needs to happen right now. The state and the Fed, like, I mean, through the last like 10, 20 years, there's been so much regulation and like more, even during the apocalypse, all they cared about was more regulation, impeach, more regulation, impeach, more regulation, more regulation, more regulation. When, like, since when does the Fed and the states need to regulate the people so much to where there's so much regulations where like it just confuses the entire system? It's really strange. But like if you're here for some positive shit, some knowledge bombs, you're having a hard time in life, I've been told my voice and the things I say help people get through a rough time. And if you're here just because you're having a bad day and you need to hear my stupid ass to help yourself get into a better state of mind, I am happy to have helped you. And even if that is only one person, I hope this one podcast, this one moment in time can help steer you into a better direction that's going to encourage you to succeed and unlock your full potential. Because you deserve the fucking best. We all deserve. There's a few things that we all deserve, for sure. And honestly, that's love. Everyone. That's why when one human smiles to another human, it feels good. It really does feel good. Like babies, like, you know when you don't use a muscle for a super long time and then you use it and it either feels really fucking good when you stretch or it feels really fucking good or like, you know what I'm saying? Like that brain. You have to imagine being a fucking baby and that baby seeing mommy and daddy smile for the very first fucking time. That's gotta flood so much dopamines and so much like euphoria into that child to where like they like there's that connection really gets built because they see that smile, that first smile that just makes them feel so good. And as we get older, the more we do, like nicotine, the more I suck on this vape stick, the less like good it feels, and it just becomes more of like an addiction of a habit and an addiction, you know? But that initial high of sucking on nicotine through a cigarette, it's like, whew, man, that feels different. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, I like it. You know? But like actually smiling and like receiving that smile from somebody, it's got to feel like you can only imagine. And that's why babies love mom so much. That's why kids love mom so much and dad so much. It was like back in the day, it was like mom stay home, take care of the kids. Dad comes home, oh, I'm drinking, you know, I'm going to be drunk. Oh, I'm going to be abusive and whoop your fucking ass. And like, you know what I'm saying? But alcohol's still legal, but marijuana's the one that's fucking bad for you, eh? It's fucking weird. And shit, even Butch Otter. Didn't Butch Otter get pulled over one time on a DUI or some shit? I don't know. That's just something I read. I don't know if it was true. Weird. But so like with that, it's we all deserve love. And that's initially like what it is. If we all literally loved one another and understood and respected each other to give each other space and time to think and not harass each other and have like boundaries, it makes a huge difference. Like respect and boundaries. It's a huge thing. And I feel like our governments right now are overstepping their boundaries and not paying enough respect to the people. And I me for one, like, I'm very grateful to be in Idaho with my business. Y'all in California, man, what the fuck did you guys let happen? Y'all let the Bulls into a fucking China shop. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, California done is like, woo! I am happy I don't live out there. And so for those of y'all that are in Cali that got your businesses shut down and shit, and those y'all in other states who's like not allowed to open, find a black market, like, because you're now a black market. And me personally, so there's a lot of y'all that requested I talk about business and entrepreneurship and shit with the podcast, and I'm definitely gonna fucking be doing that. So I'm going to be sneaking it in. If you made it this far, an hour 29 into the podcast, congratulations. You can listen better than I can talk. Thank you. What was it? Where was I? Oh yeah, black market. So with my business, because it's a head shop, glass shop, bong shop, what the fuck ever, I can't advertise on Google. I can't advertise on Facebook or shit. I can't even put up TikToks with you inhaling a fucking bong. But you can take dabs on a honey badger as long as it's an electronic device. You can. But glass, you can't. What? Weird. Yeah, that's the fucking shit show of fuckery that we live in. It's so strange. So like everything that I did with my business was just straight grind, staying positive, knowing I'm going to succeed, even though cause it's like hope and will. Like I hope I succeed or I'm going to will it to succeed. Like there's a lot of other things I'm going to talk about in the podcast. I don't know if this podcast is the right one to do it on. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't fucking know. But it's you just have to fucking go and get it. You have to. And if you got your hustle, like this guy that came into my shop today, he's selling books online. He had no idea he can do it until he started doing it. And he's slaying it full time, making an insane amount of money. Like his profit margins are fucking good. And he told me the amount of money he's making. I'm just like, fucking proud. Fucking proud of you, dog. Like, seriously, bro. I'm so fucking proud of you, bro. Like, you're killing it. Fucking slaying. You get all the free time you want now. Full time. Full-time dad. Full-time fucking, like, hustle, bro. Hustle. And it's fucking cool, man. Being able to accomplish. You don't need to sell bongs to make money. You don't need to just cut hair to make money. You don't need to flip cars to make money. Like, you can make money doing anything. You can make money with a podcast. I don't even expect to make money doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing this because a lot of people ask me to do a podcast, and I do a lot of motivational stuff on Snapchat. And so I just need to focus that on here so I can keep my Snapchat with glass with like funny shit, do this with funny shit and motivational shit. And it's I hope this helps y'all. I really do. And this was a lot of fun. This was cool. I'm gonna be taking off. I think this is enough time for the first. My throat's getting like really scratchy, so I hope as time goes on I can keep it going. But I feel like a pussy bitch right now. I'm gonna go hit the gym, burn out this anxiety and frustration, and I hope to see you guys back. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback. Much love, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Just Your Average Citizen. And I'll be back. Try and do this once or twice a week. And in the future, we will be having guests. There's a few folks here in the community that I would love to have on this fucking podcast. You know who you are. Yeah, we talk. Yeah, get the high five. Woo! Yeah. All right. Got it. Perfect. Have an incredible fucking evening, and good night, good morning, good afternoon. We'll be back sometime in the future. Bye-bye.